seconds. I'm gonna share this real quick, and I'm gonna be back with y'all. We're gonna talk about the lead attorney. I'm gonna read y'all a comment I wrote on this page earlier, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Just give me 1 second. Just give me a few seconds, y'all. Just give me a second, y'all. I got y'all. Just give me a just give me a second, guys. I got y'all. All right, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? That should be enough right there. Let's get into it, right? So earlier, what was it now? I wrote this 4 hours ago. Yeah, this is 4 hours ago. I wrote this comment on the lead attorney's page. Because, like I said, y'all think people be, listen, man, I got big niggas too. You know what I'm saying? I got about like 20 big niggas this size. It's nothing. But we ain't here for that. This is my point. I wrote a comment on your page, sir, and I want to talk about what it goes into. Last night, Corey did his show on 5150, of course. I think he was very PG rated in his response. He wasn't nasty, he wasn't arrogant, he wasn't belligerent, he wasn't obnoxious, any of the things just mentioned. The problem is when you get a lot of these new wave articulate, and I try to tell y'all, be very careful of people that over articulate and they're African American. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. Be very careful of Latinos that overly articulate where it's not needed. They're dangerous. Now, let me tell you why they're dangerous. The reason why they're dangerous is because they're betting on something. I'm going to repeat to you again. Be very careful of people in 2026 that are overly articulate. It usually is a precursor that they believe that the audience that they are talking to is stupid. They're betting on that you don't know this information that they're throwing at you. So they're circumnavigating around you in order to deliver the narrative that they want to deliver to you. And that's what I saw this man do. And I'm going to call him out for it because that's exactly what you did. You think those people that's listening to you are stupid. And I've seen O'Shea Duke Jackson. He does the same thing. I would even go as far as to say mediocre tutorials and reviews. He does it, but he does it in a lot more of a pause passion. But a lot of these either quasi-intellectual, semi-intellectual, or intellectual individuals seemingly are going around, and what they're doing is they're using what they know against people. And that's unfair and it's unfortunate. Imagine if someone imagine someone is sitting with you day after day after day after day after day. And that's why I tell you I watch that shit when people be like, I love you, brother. And all that. Now you gotta prove that. But imagine someone sitting with you every day and they tell me, I love you, brother. And when they see you, they're giving you hugs. So I tell you, watching me with that, I don't do all that. And these people are gathered in these spaces on these different various different YouTube pages or whatever social media pages or whatever. And they're having conversations, having panels and everything. And the whole time you're thinking, Pastor got my back, because it's kind of related of that, right? Pastor got my back. Pastor care about us. And next thing you know, Pastor took all the money and flew off to the Bahamas and you never see him again. That's Pastor. So what I wrote earlier is when his little thing, he was trying to prove the point that he had a release that Corey had authorized, but really it wasn't authorized. See, let me give you an example. There's a difference between what you call an entertainment lawyer and someone that practice family law. Most of those people that are in your chat room that wrote those now 3,000 comments because they were hoping they could get a power drain on Corey, I'll say for you again. I was in the music business for 17 years. If it's one fucking thing that I know the goddamn difference between an entertainment lawyer and a fucking family practice lawyer that handles divorces. And that was the first thing I wanted to find. I said, hold up, what kind of law does he do? See, I know entertainment lawyers. I know a ton of them. They've represented various different artists that we've helped promote over the years. So each one of them got a different one. Sometimes I have the same one, but for the majority of it, most of them share the same entertainment lawyer. So I knew you wasn't an entertainment lawyer. I would have heard your name before. Oh, it don't matter if you was in LA, California, wherever there was a music industry, and it was 17 years ago, 18 years ago, I would have heard of you. And there's some of these guys that can verify that I know who they are, so they would have told me I heard of them. There's some of these guys that I bring in that have got way more experience than you, and I guarantee you they would smash a hole in every fucking word you're saying. So be very careful when you rebut to me. You're not talking to no fucking amateur here, some kid that's just kicking fucking freestyles on the corner, all right? I was among the best of them. And when I say the Titans, I mean the Titans. Wasn't no bigger ones than us. So miss me with that shit. Now, like I was saying, first thing I wanted to know was this man an entertainment lawyer or were you some other type of lawyer? What kind of law did you actually practice? Because you right now, as we're sitting, you're a non-practicing attorney. You priorly represented people in the courtroom doing defenses of divorce and divorce decrees, meaning who get the fucking podal, who get the house, shit like that. You wasn't in the entertainment business. What I think you're trying to do is you're trying to make your segue into the entertainment business, and what you saw was a missing light of something that was going on years ago. You never participated in because you didn't know how to do it, because you didn't have the clientele to do it, meaning that you had to live in these certain locales where these artists were back in those days. Because if you practiced law for 20 years, that means you're about 40 something. So this would have been around the 2000s up into 2000, I don't know, let's say 17, 18, around the time that I stepped out. So that means for that many amount of years, you were wishing and hoping at some point that you could have got in there, but you didn't have the clientele. So basically you took on divorce because either it had a higher payout rate or either two was maybe a passion of yours or a secondary passion, but you damn sure wasn't an entertainment lawyer. I want to sit there. Now, if you need an example of that, I'll write that to you in a minute. Under this little diatribe today, I wrote this. And the comment's still there. I wrote this 4 hours ago. Here it is right here. If you guys want to see it for yourself. Oops, let me turn this off for a minute so you guys can see it for yourself so you know I'm not, blowing smoke up your ass or something like that, because I don't like that. And I don't have to lie. I don't care if you give me $2, never give me $2. I'm not going to get up here and be that motherfucker because my reputation is bigger than that. That's why I wrote it up there. And as you can see, that was 4 hours ago. You see it right there? 4 hours ago, I wrote that. And there's him right there in the thumbnail, as you can see. So this is his page, okay? And I wrote that 4 hours ago, all right? Here's the title of it, so you'll know. All right, so I wrote that right there on this page. I'm not like all these other guys. I don't do no fake profiles and all that or whatever. I want you to fucking know with me. I've always gotten off on that shit. I'm crazy. I don't know. But anyway, don't worry about that. The point I'm getting at here is this. Dude, you're not an entertainment lawyer. You're a practicing or was a practicing, at the best, divorce decree lawyer. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a divorce lawyer. There's nothing wrong with all being a divorce lawyer, any type of motherfucker, what's the name? But motherfucker, don't you lie. Motherfucker, don't you lie. So let me tell you what I wrote about. Listen, guy, you know there are 2, if not 3 types of interviews, but you're not an entertainment lawyer. You can have someone with an attorney, which can be as simple as a Q&A, past allegations, etc. Or the interview could be about current allegations, but limited under the client's best intent of non-incriminating of oneself. And the last, which I know are usually trying to counter what the accuser is saying, being in the music industry. You were not specific, and when he found out the specifics that were declined, that's when he declined probably the interview. So basically what I'm saying is there's 3 different scenarios, and maybe I need to fix some of the typos there, but there's 3 different scenarios where you would have an attorney do an interview of a client. What I'm thinking is you didn't show us the date, and this is the first part of semblance, if I call this seat. You didn't show us the date of actually when that correspondence went on. And that's very important. So you could have had that correspondence fucking a year ago, 3 months ago, could have been about something different. It could have been in coherence of talking to court. You just put it up on the screen. It was very bland and very blank, but it was a second partition of it. And that usually comes when you're doing interviews. So for example, you can ask anybody at Power 105, Hot 97, they'll tell you this. When somebody comes in, the more seasoned artists, I would say more so, the ones they want to protect the most, the first thing they do is they have an itinerary of questions that you can and cannot answer. If you have a good entertainment lawyer or you have good representation, they have a group of questions that you can and cannot answer. And usually it's a 2-part system. First, it's your man. He'll overlook it or whatever initially, and he'll go over it with your lawyer. Then Your lawyer and your manager both will simultaneously go over with you. It's a process, and you guys don't know that. But the lead attorney, he does know that, and that's where you were deceitful. You do know this. You know this very well. And you know you should have damn well told those people that you have never been a fucking entertainment lawyer in your fucking life. Now, there's a lot of you motherfuckers that are hopping online, gathering these hundreds of thousands of people by fucking lying to them, and it's got to stop. You're fucking lying to those people. And not just kind of lying. You bold-faced fucking lied to those people. And at the very least, you were deceitful to them. And you stupid motherfuckers, I don't feel sorry for you because you fell right along with it. I've seen so many of these sissy motherfuckers running around, men running around. Ooh, girl, he got the receipts. I heard a nigga write that shit today. Girl, the lead attorney got the receipts. He ain't say girl, but he might as well say girl. That was that sissy coming at him from that single teen mama that raised him. Now, I'll be quite honest with you. I am no fan of a bitch watching over boys. Never have, never will be. This shit is out of control. You didn't tell them the specifics, number one, or what kind of attorney you were for people that were new. That was very important and pertinent in that conversation. Everybody that was over there watching you wasn't a fucking subscriber. Some of those people were new and they don't know the difference between an entertainment lawyer and a regular lawyer, which I'm going to read out those differences for you in a minute. But what I wanted more point on, and I hope Lord is here, I hope Power 105 is here. I think I brought you over here too, so y'all can back me up on this. Any way that you feel too, we can do it the old school way or the new school way. But I must point out that most of these artists, when we remember, and I'm pretty sure it hasn't changed, and what was it, 8 years, 7 years? Most of these, they had an itinerary which you could and could not ask them. And the same applies to which you would be the lead attorney, because you're now trying to make the segue from being, see, when you make that segue, you're trying to make the segue, you didn't make it clear. Were you planning to represent Corey in court? Because if you wasn't, you were just doing a plain interview. Now we're talking about descriptively what type of interview you were planning on doing, sir. That's what we get into. And you wasn't honest with those people and told them. So I'll give you an example. First type of interview he could have been done just a general Q&A. That's what most radio stations do. That means you don't get in depth. You don't get, and I'm going to prove it to you in a minute. That means you don't get in depth. You don't go too far, whatever. You just ask sound surface questions, as we call it. Okay. The second one usually comes with a little higher fee, a little bit more detail, a little bit more ramifications, but you can ask kind of deeper questions or whatever. But at that point, it has to go through a sequence of different approvals. Usually the lawyer wants to look over and see what you're going to be asked and answered or whatever. They give their Q&A opinions on what they think. Now, I admit that. I don't want them answering that. I don't want them attentive to that. I don't want to run around this because we got pending litigation here. What happened was we have newly found pending litigation that is either incoming or is substantial case. And that's why Corey's lawyer, no matter what scale you want to put him on, because you took a low shot at him like he was some low budget dude today. And I heard the commentary. Trust me, I listened to it twice. You try to take shots at his client, his client, not his client, excuse me, his lawyer, which leads me to believe ultimately wanted to represent Corey in some type of metric or fashion. That's what you were hoping, because that segue would have then took you into a point of superstardom. What happened was you opened your fucking mouth and you did that little piece trying to please them niggas over there, and them niggas bit for it. So once you saw them niggas that was on your motherfucking channel bite for it and start giving up the dollars like these motherfuckers do, that's why I don't ask them for nothing. That's why I don't ask them for nothing. Pay attention to them. You got to lie to them and manipulate them for them to donate to you. You got to tell them little porgy pies and keep drama going for them to donate to them. That's why I told them, I said, no. You keep your nigga pennies. All money ain't good money. That's why you don't see my Cashapp up there right now. And nobody will write it in the chat room for me. So don't worry about it. This one on me. That's like I said, I work for Google. I don't work for the people. Now, with this being said, I got to make this quick because that is true. I work for Google. I don't work for the people. People have never always caught me short. Always. But they'll give thousands and thousands of dollars to these motherfuckers manipulating them, which is beyond my mind. That nigga sat over there with y'all And he told y'all all that bullshit. And you know when a motherfucker go extra to try to defend himself, if that wasn't the truth, then why did Corey give the okay? No, he gave you the okay without knowing the specifics. Once they found out the motherfucking specifics, his lawyer said, no, we've got pending litigation getting ready to either be incoming, or we got pending litigation that we want to go forward with. Therefore, we don't need no nigga that's got a fucking YouTube page sitting up there where motherfuckers can take the mechanics and the specifics of the story or the premise of which we're going to sue, and motherfucker running into the ground by having a court and trial online. Of course, a lawyer would tell you that. So maybe if you did get initially permission, and like I said, you didn't say the scope or the metric of which you got permission for the lead attorney to talk about. You could have been over there talking about your Corey's grandma's fucking peach recipe, peach cobbler recipe. We don't fucking know, and nobody would know the details of that but you. But what happens is, after I can tell y'all for a fact from working with numerous artists, listen, dude, I don't give a fuck how much you poke your chest out. You ain't bigger than the nigga I used to work for by a long shot. Have you ever made $1 billion? Let's start there. All right, then shut the fuck up. So like I was saying, because I was with the real niggas, okay? The niggas I was with supersede 4 of you, okay? I say that for you again. The niggas I rolled with superseded 4 of you. You would have to die 3 times to come back to own that money. Now, like I was saying, if you guys don't know in detail, you need to start pointing out to motherfuckers now to point tapes after you like this. And I'm going to read something for you so you know what to look for. Because the problem that I'm seeing, and it's so fucking sad because most of your parents were gullible motherfuckers like this. Don't blame them. They just so stupid. They never taught y'all the distinction of surface level thinking versus intricate thinking. There's a very supreme difference. Surface thinking is for dummies. Okay, so I'm gonna underline that for you again. If you're a surface thinker and you go with a bunch of the crowd, it's because hey, so and so said this. You're a dumb motherfucker. And anything that happens to you, you deserve it. You get hit by a fucking bus, you deserve it. You get fucking ran over by a train, you deserve it. Why? Because you're a follower. We got to stop feeling sorry for these motherfuckers. They ain't feel sorry for everybody that was in Sodom and Gomorrah. Some niggas had to die. They ain't feel sorry for all the animals, or they would have. The God would have said, "This serve two of each one. We'll bring them back." You understand what I'm saying? We got to stop feeling sorry for dumb motherfuckers. I don't feel sorry for dumb motherfuckers. If you're dumb, you should be able to take your dumb ass and do whatever the fuck you want to on your motherfucking end. Now, what I'm doing is right now, I'm gonna pull up for y'all what exactly an entertainment lawyer is, because many of y'all don't know. But before I do that, I want to keep in regard and make sure y'all know what type of the lead attorney is. And it'll make perfect sense to y'all that, and I'm not dissing a motherfucker. I'm just saying you were very manipulative to make sure that the story worked out in your favor. And that's the same thing I see out of O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's the same thing I see sometimes at the mediocre tutorials and review, either though I would say he's the least of the other, but that plays the same way too. Oh, I'm so better. We've got to sit around and just judge everybody else. Nigga, you from Queens. You from Queens. Fuck you talking about? You from Queens. But I like him though. I used to like what's the name used to hold this spot for me, but I don't trust that motherfucker no more. You try to play both sides of the fence. Nah, bitch, pick one. Pick one or the other. I don't like no motherfucker that try to play both sides of the fence. You understand what I'm saying? This guy is Kanye West. Is that supposed to hurt my fucking feelings? I don't even fucking know you, nigga. Die slow. Anyway, listen. The lead attorney is what type of attorney? Okay, and here we go. Boom. The lead attorney or lead counsel is a primary, usually experienced attorney. Oh, no. Excuse me. That's what a real lead attorney is. Let's use the one that uses the trope. Let's put him in. The lead attorney, and it literally says that the lead attorney at the lead attorney on YouTube is a retired 20-year-old veteran attorney based in Atlanta, Georgia. He formerly practiced family law and specialized in divorce. He specialized in divorce. You didn't specialize in the media industry. Y'all want me to hear it again? The lead attorney at TheLeadAttorney on YouTube, is a retired 20-year veteran attorney based in Atlanta, Georgia. He formerly practiced family law, not entertainment law, not motherfucking winning court cases, not civil law. Nigga, use a motherfucking family law specialist. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. But don't be over here telling motherfuckers you something else, god damn it. Lying to them good people. You understand? The lead attorney on YouTube is a retired 20-year-old attorney based in Atlanta, Georgia. He formerly practiced family law and specialized in divorce, child support, custody, entertaining high-profile individuals within that premise. That means you had high-profile individuals that were going through divorce, that was going through this, but none of that shit applies to Corey Holcomb. This nigga already got divorced. You ain't handled the case. He already got divorced from that little light-skinned pretty gal. He like them light-skinned Barbie doll looking bitches. He always has. So, like I said, the lead attorney, you got some questions to answer when it comes to that because you have no speciality in entertainment law. Now, you asking me, what is an entertainment attorney, Davin? What could that be? Well, let's go see, kids, okay? You motherfuckers are dumb as a motherfucker. Believe anything. They sit around all day long. Well, so-and-so said this or so-and-so said that. When most of the time, you guys can, and that's why I don't even do lives on some stories, because I'd be like, this is just fucking boring to even do a story on this shit. Most of the people I'm around, they know this shit. An entertainment lawyer specializes in legal matters within the entertainment industry, including film, music, television, and digital content. Well, what the fuck you know? That sounds more applicable to what Corey is, doesn't it? Not a fucking divorcatory, because he already got fucking divorced. Slow ass motherfucker. Y'all niggas don't know nothing about no motherfucking 5150. Nigga, shut the fuck up. So anyway, an entertainment lawyer specializes in legal matters within the entertainment industry, including film, music, television, and digital content, that provide essential services such as negotiating contracts, protecting intellectual property such as copyrights and trademarks. Does that sound anything like what the lead attorney does? Nah. But y'all niggas is like, he had receipts. You dumb motherfucker. What was you comparing them to? Anyway, to keep going on, managing branding, licensing, and handling union, labor, and distribution issues for the talent and companies. Want me to continue? Key services provided: contract negotiation, handling deals for actors, musicians, writers, and producers. Is that what the lead attorney does? Fuck no, he doesn't. All right. Intellectual property, securing rights for content, music, clearances, and licensing. Does that sound anything like what the fucking lead attorney does? Of fucking course not. Business formation, setting up production companies like LLCs and loan out corporations. Does that sound like what the fucking prior motherfucking expertise of being a family fucking divorce lawyer that litigates for stars down in Atlanta? And trust me, being a star in fucking Atlanta ain't that fucking hard. You understand what I'm saying? Brand protection, managing endorsements, likeness rights, and influence agreements. Does that sound like anything the fucking lead attorney does? Yeah, you stupid motherfuckers is running around. Oh, he got receipts, pal. He's just a man saying that. Oh, you gonna hurt a nigga feelings right here. You see them dropping out. You gonna hurt a nigga feelings. Oh, these motherfuckers, they like hoes at a motherfucking prom. They love to have their favorite prom king held up high. Prom king and prom queen. You can't be talking about the prom king and the prom king like that. Fuck you. Film and TV drafting, reviewing and negotiation, production, distribution, and trial and talent contracts. Music, managing recording contracts, publishing agreements, and licensing. Digital and new media, advising on content creator, influence, and streaming agreements. I'm giving this motherfucker every opportunity there is based off every category that I just mentioned. And the type of law you do, sir, don't match none of that shit. So outside of you sitting back talking about the shits and giggles with Corey, how's your career founded? You was going to ask more questions. Let's get real, Playboy. The reason you wanted the motherfucker sit down because you wanted to answer questions because you had another motive in mind, a second guess in your career. And I'm figuring that second guys in your career was going to be leaning towards entertainment law or trying to represent big name artists and clients. And you can get your name off of shit like that. Let me give you an example. Y'all all know Mark, and y'all remember Mark's name in a long time, but Mark is still in our hearts, both Marks. that represented Puff. Mark, from this point on, is always going to be able to charge a certain amount. He's always going to get a certain clientele or whatever, because to the public eye, he got Puff off compared to what Puff could have got. You understand what I'm saying? So his light is heightened. Now, when Mark first started out doing law, he didn't specifically do that type of law. This might be very becoming to you, but most of these lawyers, and I know a couple of them, most of these lawyers, when they start out, they don't always continue doing the same type of law that they were originally practicing. They might even change careers even totally a lot of times, which happens. Like, for example, one of the most famous lawyers that y'all don't know that's a lawyer is Harvey Levin from TMZ. He's a lawyer. Go figure. You understand what I'm saying? So, passing the ball is one thing. You understand what I'm saying? Now there's another nigga in here talking about Corey is a PDF. How come we don't know if you're a PDF? We don't even know you. At least we know Corey and know the shit that he said and been on motherfucking what's the name. You could have your finger on somebody right now. We wouldn't even know it. What's your channel history? What's that look like? You've been here 5 years and 53 subscribers. So that means you've been trying to be a blogger and it just ain't worked out. And that's what I find with loser motherfuckers like you. Soon as something come up with somebody, the first thing they do is they want to be the bearers of carrying the motherfucking lecture on, like a bitch, like your mama was. See, that's why I tell you, I'm no. I think at one time in America, women could have done it, but you can't keep no boys, because that's a man. You can't keep no boys around bitches all the time, because they'll end up being bitches. They'll talk like a bitch. They'll carry themselves like a bitch. They'll gossip like a bitch by the time they start hitting 10 or 11 years old. This man been raised by bitches. That's why he would come in here and make a comment like that. Now take your bitch ass and get the fuck out of my chat, you loser motherfucker. Been here for 5 years and got 53 fucking followers. Nigga, you ain't exactly set the world on fire, happy hoe, nigga. Oh, if you think I'm one of them articulate motherfuckers, let me just break it down for you. Number one, I live in Connecticut. This is one of the widest states you can get. You understand what I'm saying? So skip me with that shit. Nobody out here talks to say that these articulate motherfuckers that you're listening to, they're the ones that grew up in together when they're trying to give you the facade that they didn't. The people that really didn't grow up like that, like, for example, always uses Candace Owens is literally steps away from where I'm at right here. She lived right here in this area in Connecticut. And if you listen to how Candace talks now, whether you like her or don't like her, I'm not concerned with that. But that's how Condescent most black girls are articulate in the state. They talk like that, and Latin girls too. And just to give you an example, we're home to UConn, we're home to Yale, which is literally an hour away from here. Now you're gonna miss me with that one. See, I know what real money is. Diana Ross literally lived 15 minutes away from here. I've been around rich people since I was 21 fucking years old up until today. You understand what I'm saying? And I guarantee you that lead attorney dude, he ain't. He ain't. And that's respectfully. You understand what I'm saying? But we ain't lived the same lives. You might have been a lawyer and you made your money later on. But I'm talking about the type of ilk of people that you were looking for. They don't exist in Atlanta like they do up here, pal. I don't give a fuck what you say. They don't even exist. Florida beats out your millionaires in fucking Atlanta. I done been down to Atlanta. I done party down there. So I got two brothers. Alex, well, one of them's dead now. He got killed at one of their clubs, but they used to own a club called Compound. Then there was Esso, and then there was another one. They're originally from the Bronx. They're Ethiopian brothers. And one of them got killed not too long ago. But everybody knows them. They went down there years ago and started opening up all them those clubs. Anyway, listen. The lead attorney blew smoke up y'all ass, and y'all accepted it. And I don't want y'all to stop giving your money to him. I don't want y'all to stop donating to him. But I do want y'all to hear this part right here. Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to. I'm not into trying to lead Black Americans. Y'all do what the fuck y'all want to do. All right? You want to kill each other, kill each other. I don't give a fuck. But what I do give a fuck about is there is a weird resonance in the air where you have people of the culture that will follow behind motherfuckers like this that dictate to them. These niggas dictate. This nigga dictate. I listened to that whole live 2 times. This nigga was dictating to you that Corey was wrong. That's the fucked up part. He was dictating to y'all Corey was wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, I know you a big nigga. I got big niggas too, bro. All right? I got one nigga on that fuck with us is 6'7" and weigh 3 and some change. I'm pretty sure you and him could be real good friends. So I'm not scared of you. I'm not. There's very few people I'm scared of. You understand what I'm saying? Plus, I know if I hit you in the right places, you gonna drop. So yeah, miss me with that shit. I ain't scared of you because you big, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm inviting some shit either, but I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy you want to fuck around with. Like, I'm not easily intimidated. You understand what I'm saying? I've been knocked out a couple of times. I'm gonna get up. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I ain't calling you pussy. But I will say, moves like that are pussy like. Does that make sense? And you had intentions with that motherfucking diatribe that you gave. And I don't think the diatribe, it would have been one thing if Corey would have said some insidious shit about you on his show last night, but I was watching the show last night. Go ask Corey, Darlene, and motherfucking Macca, who I'm just gonna send a personal message about your ass because you was drunk off that liquor. That's why you said that shit. All right? That's why I ain't paying attention to it. But yeah, nigga know. You all right though. I want to meet that nigga in person one day because he seemed like a cool nigga. But long story short, like I said, you manipulated the story, my friend. You manipulated the story. What's going on? Hey, Bettina, what's going on? Ain't shit. Trying to make $1. Like the rest of them. They ain't fucking with me no more, Bettina. They think I'm a liar. You know, they think I don't know what I'm talking about. Shit like that. You know me better than that. I probably have sit on here for how long I've been on here, Bettina? 7 years or so? I've been on this motherfucker every day being as honest as I could with niggas, and niggas have never reward me. So I got over it, and I just joined the rewards program, sold out, had to sell out. Ain't that a goddamn shame? And they encouraged it. Well, go ahead over there with them. I said, all right, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? The lead attorney manipulated y'all. Please let them know that I said it. Matter of fact, here, I'll let them know. Let the lead attorney know that I said that he tried to manipulate y'all. Subtle manipulation. Kind of like the same thing that O'Shea Duke Jackson does. They make you think and feel all comfortable, blah, 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 then they rob your ass later. Is that the hustle? And like I said, I ain't being passive aggressive with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to tell you go get beat up if you come to New York or whatever. We got spaces for niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. There's a couple of niggas. I want you to come visit. No. Don't tell that nigga he ain't welcome. Let that nigga come. Let that nigga get off the jail. Okay. You better stop. Let that nigga go to the plane, get comfortable. You don't know us, nigga. It's the Bronx and Harlem, nigga. We do something to you. But anyway, listen, never mind that. My point is this. That dude lied to y'all. If not lied to y'all, he subtly lied to y'all. If he didn't lie to y'all, he definitely manipulated the conversation at the very least and didn't let it apparent to many of y'all that one, he's not an entertainment lawyer. That's most importantly. So what the fuck were you going to ask Corey in the realm of the entertainment business other than shit you were guessing? Number two, lawyers make decisions like that all the time. They say, well, you know what? We don't want to have to sit down right now. We don't want to have the interview right now. We'll get back to you and have the interview later. Anybody that's ever been in the business will not even be fucking slightly surprised by that shit because it happens all the fucking time. Either the artist himself is going to renege or the lawyer on behest of the lawyer, the artist will renege. So what the fuck is a surprise about that? See, these clever motherfuckers, these clever, manipulative, articulate motherfuckers, which I found are some of the most grimiest motherfuckers that have come up to about. Y'all motherfuckers are worse than the street criminals. At least the street criminals will let you know what it is. Hey, nigga, what you get into? Nigga, I rob and shoot at niggas. That's what I do. And you know that's a nigga that rob and shoot at niggas. Now these deceptive ass fucking articulate niggas come in with their little sly snake asses and they be like, hi, I'm your friend. I'm your buddy. You want to sit down for an interview? No, I don't have any bad intentions from you. I'd be like, nigga, like if you would have let me know this from the beginning, I probably would have shot you. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of these articulate niggas because these articulate niggas are trying to be the new gangsters. You know, think about Carlito's Way. They're like Kleinfeld. No, Kleinfeld, you ain't a lawyer no more. You's a gangster. Remember Kleinfeld in Carlito's Way? No, Kleinfeld, you ain't a lawyer no more. You's a gangster. He wanted to kill Tough Tony on the boat. Remember, Tough Tony went to go he went to go bail him out at the prison barge out there, Rikers. Yeah, remember? Oh, yeah. You ain't a lawyer no more. You was a gangster. You in the gang. So, like I said, I ain't got to say who I worked for because that usually brings a little couple problems. People start speculating and be like, but there's some shit you can believe. So one thing I will say here is this: when it comes to this guy, I'm not saying cancel him. Y'all want to go over there, give your money to him, whatever the fuck you want to. That's right, Bettina. Whatever the fuck y'all want to do, keep doing it. All right, keep fucking with him. You understand what I'm saying? If you adore Corey Holcomb, keep fucking with him. There's so much more I can get into, but I'm not because I'm not paid to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I know my worth and I know what my material is worth and I know what I say is worth. And most of the motherfuckers that are sitting there talking about, well, the lead attorney dropped the receipts today, couldn't even break that down for you. But the bulk of African American crowd will go get their money and their dollars to them niggas. You gotta just understand these people live more with bickering and trauma than they do with actually getting to the hints of things. Most of them are surface thinkers, meaning they're now allowing other motherfuckers to think for them and dictate to them. Whenever you allow somebody else to think for you or dictate to you or psychologically manipulate you or whatever, you already been destined to be no more than a sheep for the rest of your life. Meaning you will always depend on somebody. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna die poor. Three, and most importantly, you always gonna be a nigga that need to be led, whether it's by a chick, whether it's by a man, whether it's by your boss. You always need to be led and give direction. You understand? And so, since I'm not a nigga like that, you're always gonna hate me. I don't give a fuck. It matters nothing. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna give my information on that. I don't be giving information away for free. You can figure the rest out. You figure the fucking rest out. That's on you. But anyway, I just want to say this for my people that do fuck with me. Right now in my Cash App, what's the name? I've got a link there. Make sure y'all click that or whatever support me. We got a $300 goal. So you can hit that in the description box or whatever you want to contribute to the $300 goal. Hit that one. Or if you just want to donate, period, you can do that. But this Cash App is on the screen or whatever. But it's been a month. My last donation was, and I looked at it, was the 28th of December. My shit is literally on zero. I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? And I'm doing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views. But when you got the chocolate face, everybody hates this chocolate male face now, and all the women are against men. And most of these girls, I guess, are lesbians now, you know what I mean? And then the black men, they're not going to help you because most of them are raised to be professional haters. That's how mama raised them, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want you bending down for nobody but women. A nigga come near you, you treat him like I would have treated him. Yeah, niggas. Never mind. Anyway. Your daddy wasn't around, so your mama taught you to hate men of color for the rest of your life. That shit's crazy. Yeah, but that's where you're at with them. So what are you gonna do? Right? So anyway, we got a goal. We're going for 300. I know you guys ain't gonna hit it. We'll probably have to do it with what's the name? One thing I've been getting used to. I gotta say this. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm just doing something real quick. One thing that I've gotten used to is the fact that, how you say it, what is it there? The donation process, that don't work for me. It works for other people. Yet the very beginning of COVID, that's right. Yeah, that was a whole different set. And you notice this, right, Vatina, if you're still here, they never wanted to let me come up. I used to have, when COVID was going on, I was having a hard time for a minute. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. And there was people who was on here, black people, and this is when I noticed they had changed because they were on here, they were making fun of me. And I was like, this is during the pandemic. Who makes fun of people during the pandemic? And if they lived in some little rural, small town in America, what I found was that they didn't even know what was going on up here in the New York City tri-state area. It was just pathetic. And then as news started getting out on the major media outlets, they kind of fell back like quickly. But they thought I was lying to them. They thought it was like, they ain't that bad up there. I said, yo, it's terrible up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's worse up here than anywhere in the country right now. And they was just like, Yeah, so I learned my lesson with Black Americans then. I was like, oh no, these people ain't the people that I used to know. You know what I'm saying? And what I find is most of them now, they'll lie, manipulate to you and anything else, or twist the story around or whatever, whatever. And I'm just waiting for one of these niggas to do it to me. Because I'm like, yo, me and you gonna be on the news. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, yo, nigga, you wanna go live? Go live right now. I ain't gonna kill you. I wanna make sure niggas know you got shot on camera. You understand? Go do that little 3 or 5. I come back, you know what I'm saying? Get back in the saddle. But yeah, we're gonna make an example of one of these niggas. So I ain't like the mother niggas. You talk about me, I'm coming to your fucking house. I'm coming to your fucking kids' school. I'm doing all that shit. I'm in all that. Trust me on this. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never thought nothing else, you know what I'm saying? Trust me on this one. I don't give a fuck about you. But outside of that, I've just seen where there's so many of these deceptive, nasty, belligerent, lying vloggers that are online, and trust me, you're gonna get your day just lying on everybody for 10 cents. I had a nigga come in today and I was talking about, I had a just throwing up a little short and I was talking about Corey. I think like a little clip. Corey going down, nigga. Corey's career is over, nigga. You better let him know too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This nigga sound like Stink Meaner. You know what I'm saying? Like Hope the Boom does. These niggas sound like Stink Meaner. And like even the men that are talking to you sound like bitches talking to you. I ain't never heard no niggas talk like these niggas sound like women. I was in the grocery store the other day. I give you an example. The other day I was over my man's in his house, chilling. I said, let me go to the grocery store before I come home. So I went to the grocery store real quick. And the first place I went to the deli, got my little meat that I get sliced up. I like my shit like that. So I'm getting my shit sliced up or whatever. This little skinny kid comes over or whatever. He's a black kid or whatever. He comes over and I move my basket so he could get in the way. Let me tell you how these people think. Me respecting him made him think, no, not thank you like a normal person that thinks would. He respecting him made him think that he was the man, and now it was time to turn up and start going full sissy mode. So I abruptly let him know by walking and standing right behind him and seeing that this sissy motherfucker didn't turn around one time while I was standing right. I said, nigga, I'm right up on you. I could put you in a yoke or whatever. You know it. And the fear in your heart right now got you that you will not turn around, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So I know your heart. He waits and he sees me a little bit later, and I'm down now by the milk and all that shit or whatever, whatever. And I'm still trying to be nice. So I'm like, yo, kid, watch out. I don't want to hit your leg. He said, huh? Excuse me? I said, if you don't move the fuck out of my way, I'm going to choke you into fucking unconsciousness. He didn't say no, he just moved. The point of the story is sometimes you got to do shit to people just to prove a point. You understand what I'm saying? And I've always been a firm believer in that. I try to be as nice as I possibly can for the first minute. After a minute, I'm just like a pistol's coming out. Yeah, I'm tired of talking now. Somebody got to get shot. Something got to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing all this talking, somebody got to drop. So that's what my mentality is. It's always been like that. I got a record that will show you that. You know what I'm saying? So I am not playing with you. I'm not just talking. I love a nigga that think I'm just talking until it happen. You got people on here that are telling bold-faced lies on people. Bold-faced lies on people, including Corey. The other night, niggas was talking about Corey try to get Darlene to hold up a shirt. Darlene herself came out last night and talked about the whole shit, said that was a fucking lie. O'Shea Duke Jackson and did that video in particular, but does done other videos or whatever, because he's worried about his monetary gain. He ain't worried about nothing else. He ain't worried. These niggas will tell you this shit about the community tie. Y'all give me a second. I'll be back on camera. I'm just standing up for a second. They'll tell you all this shit about the community tie and how they care and all this shit. Niggas don't care about y'all, bro. Niggas don't care about y'all. You can tell you I know they don't care about y'all. I watched the other night when Tracy Morgan literally told a nigga, hold on one second, I'll be right back. I watched when Tracy Morgan literally told a nigga, and I mean this. He told a nigga that when he was doing a press conference, cameras were on him, and it was y'all didn't know it, but it was a night before it was about to get cold up here. It's been cold up here for like the past week and a half. We still got snow on the ground. It dropped a week and a half ago. So 2 days after that, not even a day after that, on that following Friday, when that video clip came up, and even if that clip was made on a Wednesday, he didn't know, wasn't thinking about it, that there was a storm on its way. And this is the sad part about it. 16 people have died in New York that was homeless because these niggas don't care about them. You understand what I'm saying? These niggas don't care about them. Like, trust me, niggas just get on camera talking that, yeah, blackity, blackity, black, we got to stick together. With them niggas don't care, bro. Because actions speak louder than words. Niggas can tell me, yo, just give me a call next week. Niggas used to tell me that shit all the time in the music business. Yo, just give me a call next week. I'm going to hook something up for you. Out of 7 niggas you call, only five of them gonna answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? And only 1 or 2 of them gonna give you, you know what I'm saying, a play. So I mean, this is just what it is. Like, you got to treat these people that are online now like they're no more than rats and followers. That's all they are. They just rats and followers. I call them rats because these niggas will sit up there and they'll snitch on whoever. I call them rats because they'll join on the club when a motherfucker they used to watch. A lot of these niggas used to watch Corey. Because they'll say it out their mouth. I used to watch Corey Holcomb. Then he did this with Marcus. So he did this with this one. Or whatever, whatever, whatever. Like the light-skinned nigga. What was the light-skinned nigga's name with the dreads? He looked like a light-skinned Lil John. I forgot what his name was. Finesse, I think that might have been what his name was. I mean, that nigga was wilding on Darlene. He was saying shit. Like, he used to say shit that made me uncomfortable. I ain't saying he ain't a good nigga, but he used to say shit. Well, I forgot what that nigga's name is, but he used to say some uncomfortable shit. And I was like, I can imagine hanging around this nigga. That'd be one thing. He seemed like that's the type of nigga you want around you, but you put this nigga in certain situations, he got that oil in him, he gonna act a little, he might get you a case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I forgot what son's name is, Finesse, something like that it was. I don't know. I forgot what the son's name is. I don't want to put his name out there like that for real. I know what his name is, but I don't want to put his name out there because I don't think that's fair. But him, you know what I'm saying? You know, sharpness. You know what I'm saying? I said you sat down with them niggas, and them niggas was used to talk about you. You know that? You sat down with some niggas that used to talk about you. Let me tell y'all something. Before y'all go sit down at these podcasts and go to snitching and shit, go see if them niggas was ever talking about you. Because them niggas was talking about him. And he gonna go sit with them. All right, I'm ready now. After these niggas had talked about you before, them same niggas he was sitting down with went and talked about him before. Tell me I'm lying. It was probably them niggas sneaking over here now because they be sneaking over here watching my shit. Because I went through your whole page. You got about 3 or 4 of my quotes up there and ideas, don't you? Hoe ass, unoriginal niggas. And I mean, I wish you would say something to me, motherfucker. For real. Send your address. If you're going to say something to me, be bold. Send your address. Point I'm getting at is, Marcus sat down with these niggas the other night or whatever, talking about Corey. Don't you ever do that, boy. Don't you sit down with no motherfuckers you don't know. That nigga bought you a car. Like, a lot of people don't know this. Corey got a good heart. The same Marcus that sat down with such and such vlog or whatever. And once upon a time, Marcus, when he was a burgeoning careerist, he came into the game and he was Ubering. And his car broke down. And Corey Holcomb helped him get another car. Now, he paid the money back. But the point is, ain't nobody come in there like that and get you a car. Shit, I wish a motherfucker would give me a car. These niggas won't even donate to me, Sean. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm giving the right information. So it seems speculative to me, but you got all these niggas that sit down. I saw a Glorilla's sister, a.k.a. Browella. Did you see the prices she was charging? This bitch wants $7,500 to sit down with her. After she hopped online and said she just wanted $2,500, that was her allowance. She wanted her $2,500. So she got online and demanded her $2,500. You notice that black people, just all despite of hating on Gorilla, jumped behind her, and now they're giving her interviews. Now they're paying her a sit down price, which is $7,500. The shit is funny to me to see how the culture has went from standing from something to basically this all fucktard movement. That's why I say the shit I be saying. I be like, y'all giving a bitch that literally is a nobody a chance. And that's what they like to do. They like to give people that are nobodies, the underdogs. They like those people to win. So you ain't gonna win with the black community if you think it's the same community that it was. You ain't gonna win with the Spanish community really either. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna do kind of like the same thing. Whoever's down, whoever look fucked up, that's who they gonna support. And that's just what it is. So I've learned to live with that. But and I've learned to navigate around it. But like I said, dealing with Google AdSense, that's been a blessing because now I have to deal with the people. I have to do 4 or 5 hour lives to gain what $30 for it. Now y'all keep that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to help me then, but remember when shit come around full circle and other shit start happening, remember, you was a nigga to say you ain't want to fuck with me. So don't come at me then because you see a couple followers and shit like that. Yo, son, I always fucked with you. Nah, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my office. Hey, yo, son, I got this idea for somebody. Fuck you. Get out of my office. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going to be repeated like, fuck you. Security, get their asses. Like, whatever the fuck it is. Give me my pistol. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be the boss and still be that guy. I'm gonna go out like fucking Boss Hog. You understand what I'm saying? Remember how he was Boss Hog? I want to be that guy. So I'm not worried about like fucking your nigga pennies. You can keep that shit. That shit ain't gonna make me rich or no better come up than it is anyway to dealing with these white folks. And you remember that moving forward. I was a guy you didn't want to help. Remember that. Now I'm not gonna beg you. I'm not gonna ask you or whatever because any other culture they wouldn't even have to do that. I could go to the Jewish community and say I'm in need for shekel and I would get it with no interest added on it, no due date when I need to get it back. You think I'm joking? This is what the Jewish community does. I can go to the Italian community and be like, hey, I need some fucking francs. And I go and I get it. You understand what I'm saying? Only two, maybe three different communities that do this is Black Americans, a lot of Africans, and specific Latino groups would hate to say it, usually be negritos. Aquí en Tosama no creo que sí, no? So, yeah, you're not gonna get niggas to donate to me. I got out of that fallacy. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It made me smile now because I ain't got. I can say what I want to you niggas. I ain't got to be friendly to y'all. I ain't got to like y'all. You know what I'm saying? And none of that shit. I can say fuck you quick because you're not part of my mechanism. And I think that's what a lot of people get fucked up. They become slaves to the motherfuckers that are donating to them. And this is what I was trying to explain to Corey at the beginning. And I said it in the chat room. And like I said, if you just go back to those episodes and you replay the live chat, you're going to see me in there. It's very simple to see me in there. I don't hide. I'm not on a fake profile. I don't know my name. I like you to know it's me. That's always been my get off. I want you to know it was me. Why does it make sense if you don't know it was fucking me? It doesn't fucking make sense. It was a bat fucking man or some shit. Like, anyway, listen. The thing here is, don't ask me. And I want to end it off on this. I see how you doing, Corey. I see how you doing, Corey. I saw how y'all did Puff earlier. I see how y'all did Tory. I see how y'all did a couple of people. You celebrate when they have the downfalls or whatever, right? Whether you agree with them or don't agree with them. What you won't be doing is celebrating my downfall. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be around for you to do it. I don't want to be inclusive in this little fucktard community that y'all got, where y'all exclusively only go after people that look exactly like you, but fucking straight up cowards to go after white supremacists, racists, or whatever. You just have mutterings of them when fucking something happens to you. That's complete pussyhood. And I don't want to be around no pussy motherfuckers like that. You understand what I'm saying? In fact, 9 times in 10, I can't really blame you because that means your mama was pussy and your daddy was pussy too. We probably used to beat them up. So with that being said, yeah, that community shit and that we, they, us, keep that shit to yourself. Now I'll ride with Corey on this as much as I can ride on him or whatever, ride with him or whatever. But make no mistake about it. Corey or any of them other motherfuckers, they ain't gonna ever come over and donate 10 cents to me. All right, please believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of guy. Now, I'm cool with that. I'm just doing what I think is noble, you know? And with that, I will say good night. So I just want to make sure y'all knew that because some people was like, Corey ain't give me a fucking dime. Matter of fact, none of these niggas that I've ever defended, if you just pay attention to it in a lateral sense, has ever given me a fucking dime for nothing. Thank you very much, Bettina. But Bettina, you know what? You've always donated to me. I'm not talking about you. But you can stand testimony for what I'm talking about. Bettina is, and thank you very much. Bettina's always been here with me, but this is the funny thing. She can back up what I'm saying. There will be 5, 6, 7 people donating to me on a constant basis. When I covered the Jonathan Majors trial in person. I covered the Trump trial in person. I covered the Diddy trial from day one to the last day in person at the courthouse and had minimum, if no motherfucking donations, right? And what did I keep saying the whole time? Let me tell you why the niggas didn't like me. One, they didn't like me because the nigga that was on trial used to work for the company. That's for one, if you didn't know. Two, they didn't like me because consistently I was right. I kept talking about this, I forgot what it was, Rule 44B and Rule 41B. I read out these large ass articles, point from point from point from point. It's still on this page before the trial even started. I said, this is the shit they're going to use to get them or try to get them. And if just like clockwork, that's the shit they try to use. Rule 44B, Rule 40, I think it was 40 something C as well. And both of them, they lost because they tried to utilize them in one way or another. And so when that got thrown out the window, what you started seeing was the other vloggers started turning up in the case of the Diddy case. They started turning up down there. It was like, nah, they got him on this. They got him on. I said, no, the fuck they don't. And the whole time I'm knowing this because I'm going right to the horse's ear, listening to what niggas is telling me. I'm not listening to vloggers outside the courthouse. No, I'm listening to niggas that's way more in tune than anybody in that courtroom or what's going on. And that's all I'm gonna say. My connection to knowing what's going on was definitely more deeper than even the biggest person, but the people that were down there with the loudest mouths, that's who got highlighted. So that's why I don't ask the culture for nothing no more. So I just wanted to make sure I had that clear. I would love if you donate. We got a $300 goal, but I've learned from just watching what's going on with Corey, from niggas laughing when Tory Lanez got stabbed up, from motherfuckers laughing when Kevin Samuels died. That evil bitch. What's her name? I can't stand that bitch either. I ever since then I never liked her again. I couldn't even see the re-release of Kill Bill this late because the bitch was in it. I forgot what her name is, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Old fat face bitch now. I like it's always a dump on the men of color when something happened to them, and then niggas want to turn around and feel sorry. I saw this bitch. I'm gonna put up a story about it. This was the bitch that was accusing this young man to hang out with Cashapp of sexual assault. Y'all see her? Claudine Postine. I posted her shit before, and she was accusing this man of sexual assault. Couldn't find out this man ain't do nothing like that. She was just a bust down, right? And within one of the videos, she was like, "I don't like black niggas anyway." Da 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 da. Da. And I was like, wow, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you said it because most of you bitches feel that way anyway. You know what I'm saying? She came back today talking about, no, I just want to apologize. I was in my feelings and da 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 da. I said, all right, well, when my time comes, since this bitch can do that, I can do that too, right? Of course not. She's a queen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that fucked up culture over there. I'm good, bro. I'm good. That shit ain't going nowhere. Y'all niggas live y'all life by fucking gossiping. Y'all got bitches leading y'all now. Even the niggas is sounding like bitches. I heard a nigga say today, Corey's going down. His career is over. I said, that's what you hoping on, nigga? What you hoping on? You hoping on another nigga's career is over. So who gonna take his place? You? Who gonna hire niggas or take niggas on trips now? You? They don't think of that. These niggas are self-sabotaging. So let these self-sabotaging niggas stick by themselves. Fuck them. Who cares? But Bettina, to you, thank you, sister. Because I remember all those times. The Bettina, who else was it? I ain't seen the brother in a minute, but he be over here with me sometimes. Jesus Christ, what's his name? I ain't said his name in so long. I forgot. I'm sorry I ain't said your name. But he's a good dude too. There was like 5 or 6 people that were the only people. I'm talking about between the Jonathan Majors trial, which was the first one I did, Trump's trial, and then the third one I did was Puff's trial. And I even popped over there for this nigga, what's his name? Harvey Weinstein's trial. Nobody was interested in the Harvey Weinstein shit, so I stopped doing it. So I've always done a piece for the community on this page, and it's never monetarily worked out for me. Just to give you an example, one of those Diddy, I think it was the second Diddy arraignment, I did 232,000 views on that in a sitting. Not that they had to sit in a sitting, meaning After I turned off the camera, the final views were 232,000 after I finished going live, right? Prior to that, I had another one that was real big. And that's when Alpo first died because I knew niggas that lived over in that neighborhood. So they called me dumb early to let me know. So I had the story before everybody. Like when I say I knew niggas in that neighborhood, it was like, where did shit happen? Now that's talking too much. But in that vicinity, okay, let's put it that way. And so, and niggas didn't be over there. Y'all know who hit me. You know what I'm saying? Which is somebody very famous. You know what I'm saying? That's my man's right there though. Before he got famous. So I'm just sitting there and I'm looking. I'm like, yo. Even with that one, I had 4 people donate to me. With the one that had 232,000 views, I had 6 people donate to me, and that was it out of 232,000 people. And at the time, I was the only motherfucker down there and giving the right information. So a lot of these motherfuckers ain't gonna donate to you because of my skin color and my gender, and I just gotta accept that. So the only way I can go forward is if you move with the Google Ads and shit. In the Black African American community, you can't make money with them unless one, you're either a feminine man that worships women and afraid to speak about who you really are, or you're someone that's female adjacent that they can relate to, meaning that like you don't talk with a deep voice. You don't have black women don't like men that are masculine. They like men that are feminine. Same thing with a lot of Latin women. They like men that are feminine. I'm not a feminine ass nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got time to be down who, motherfucker. Bitch, somebody might break in the fucking house. Don't ever put me in a situation where I got to be sensitive around you. Bitch, somebody might come through the window. So if you got a fidgety bitch, like that's why I don't never date fidgety bitches like that. Oh my God, calm down. Nah, bitch, I'm good. You go ahead. Go ahead and take your nervous ass on down there because somebody going to kill your ass one day. Yeah, I don't never do no fidgety bitches. Never have, never will. I need a bitch swinging with me. Some shit go down, bitch. Hand me the pistol. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't see what Lil Durk down in this house down in Atlanta. Somebody broke into his house down there, and him and his girl was at home. Him and his girl was busting at the motherfuckers, and his girl hit one of them niggas, if I'm correct, right? Because he taught his bitch how to shoot. Police, they got a video with the police just sitting out there talking to him. This as calm as they want to. Yeah, we understand somebody broke into your home. I said, shit, that's what you want right there. You want a bitch just go shoot with me. That's dedication right there. You better not ever break up with that bitch. For real. What you said, baby? You want a Bentley? Shit, yeah. This bitch say he shot at these motherfuckers with me. I love this bitch for the rest of my life. Understand? So yeah, I don't like no punk ass bitches. My sisters ain't no punk ass bitches. So I don't. My cousins ain't no punk ass bitches. So I don't understand that shit. Cause I got cousins that like my sister. I can use that. My sister did some shit to a bitch. This bitch came over our house and stole a shirt, which was my shirt, from my sister. My sister went and hunted that bitch down, caught the bitch wearing the shirt, made the bitch take off the shirt, whooped her ass without the shirt. You understand what I'm saying? Without the shirt. After she stomped out or whatever, and robbed the bitch. I don't give a fuck. We was teens at the time. And robbed the bitch of no money. You gonna buy my brother another shirt. Why? Cause, motherfucker, this one dirty now. You wore it. For real. So I ain't with all that shit with how the culture is nowadays. The culture is a bunch of sissies and punks, feminine men, and just lame ass niggas that I'm just not really appearing to. Like even when you talk about Anton Daniels and that slick shit he did, niggas is in the chat room. Yeah, Anton played him with $500 and it worked. Key. You know, this is a man talking to me. You know, and like the men are just basically like the bitches. Whatever the bitches tell them to do, they gonna do it because they depend on the bitches. You got to understand this. The worst place you could be is having a bitch take care of you. Keep telling you, to live with a bitch for years and don't be on the lease, don't have no say so in the house, nigga. You just there. You might as well be one of the kids. Anyway, let me scoop up out of here. I'm gonna let y'all go watch all the other nigga vloggers and get your information and your giggles and your snickers and your fucking gossip or whatever. Do what y'all gotta do. I appreciate that hour you spent with me Bettina Green, you're the only person I'm gonna thank in here because you're the only person worth thanking. Thank you very much. That is literally my first donation in a month and a fucking half. Isn't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? And none of these niggas that was sitting here listening to me, they ain't gonna help. These niggas are just voyeurs mostly. You know what I'm saying? They just like watching people. That's why I have to cut certain conversations or whatever when I do. But for the small ones, go back to the beginning. You'll get the knowledge that I was talking about. I'll talk to y'all later.